Welcome to day 29 of the In Her Image podcast. I am so glad that you are here as we start to wrap up this incredible journey through Proverbs 31. Today's verse is the same verse as yesterday. We continue in Proverbs 31:30, where it reads, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." We're going to dive deep into the importance of humility, the reverence for God, and how these qualities shape our character and self-worth. Let's explore how we can cultivate humility by honoring God's wisdom and letting our reverence for Him guide our decisions, our relationships, and our sense of self-worth. In Proverbs 31:30, as we mentioned yesterday, we are reminded that the outward charm and beauty is fleeting and deceptive. The world around us often tells us that our value is in how we look or how we present ourselves. Proverbs 31 shifts the focus to something much deeper. As we mentioned yesterday, reverence for God, and today we are focusing on humility. The fear of the Lord mentioned here isn't about being afraid of God. It's about recognizing His greatness, His wisdom, and His sovereignty in our lives. It's a deep respect that shapes how we live, how we treat others, and how we see ourselves. Humility, as illustrated in this verse, isn't about downplaying our worth or abilities. It's about recognizing that everything we are and everything we have comes from God. When we understand this, it changes how we view ourselves. We are not defined by what the world says about us, but by the love of the Creator who made us. The Proverbs 31 woman embodies this truth. Her humility doesn't diminish her, it elevates her because it's grounded in her reverence for God. Her actions are guided by a deep respect for His will, and her worth comes from His love for her. This is the humility that enables her to serve others with grace and wisdom. It gives her a quiet strength. The beauty she radiates is not based on external appearances, but on the strength of her character, humble, wise, and deeply rooted in God's love. In today's world, it's easy to get distracted by these external expectations. But this verse invites us to consider what truly matters. Our value doesn't come from our outward appearance, our charm, charisma, title, or status. It comes from how we live out our relationship with God. Humility isn't weakness. It's strength rooted in grace and trust in God. And when we live with reverence for God, we reflect the same humility in the way we serve others, make decisions, and approach every aspect of our life. God, as love, is the ultimate model of humility. His love is not based on outward appearance. It's deep, sacrificial, and unconditional. We saw this in the life of Jesus. God humbled Himself by coming to us in the form of Jesus, showing us that true greatness comes from serving others. He is the perfect example of humility, choosing to enter into relationship with us, teach us, guide us, and ultimately sacrifice Himself for our sake. This is the kind of humility we are called to reflect. To live in her image is to reflect God's humility and reverence for His wisdom. Just as God's love for us is patient, kind, and humble, we are called to mirror this love in how we live. When we live with humility and reverence for God, we reflect His love to those around us. We honor God by trusting His wisdom and living in a way that seeks to serve others, not for our own recognition, but to glorify Him. Our reflection question for today is, how does living with humility shape your choices and relationships? Today, I want to encourage you to reflect on the areas of your life where humility can be more fully embraced. Maybe it's in your relationships or your work or how you approach life's challenges. How can you honor God's wisdom in your decisions today? Choose one situation where you can approach it with humility. Maybe it's listening more attentively to someone, offering grace, or recognizing your dependence on God in a certain circumstance. Let your heart of humility shine through your actions. Thank you for joining me today on day 29 of the In Her Image podcast. I hope today's message has reminded you how humility is grounded in the dependence on God. Remember, True beauty comes from within, rooted in a heart that honors God and trusts in His wisdom. When we embrace this humility, we can reflect His love to the world in powerful ways. If today's episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with a friend who could benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe because we still have some upcoming episodes that I don't want you to miss. It also helps the algorithm, as well as liking and commenting. So right on this episode, make sure to click that thumbs up and comment below. Let me know how you're applying these principles to your life. I'd love to keep this conversation going. And to make sure that we stay connected, connect with me on social media. You can always visit AndreaJohn.com to stay connected as well. I'll see you tomorrow.